Yo, what's up? It's your boy Jonathan Belcher, dropping this video on you, and we're gonna explore, is America great again? I'm gonna be going into some deep stuff, some concepts and some perspectives and principles that can empower and enlighten you to be more powerful, more informed, more aware. But before I go into that today, we're gonna do our daily affirmation, right? I am rich, I am financially free, I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am loved. I am rich, I am financially free, I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am loved. You can say it one more time. I am rich, I am financially free, I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am loved. So I've just been, going through my Facebook and stuff and reading my news feed and seeing what people are saying. There's a lot of bickering going on about the presidency, the 2020 election. And supposedly Biden has won the election. You can see in my last video, I was talking about this. I was talking about how us as a people, we need to come together and unify because I don't feel like they have our best interest in mind all the time. But is America great again? We know that was Trump's Make America Great Again was his campaign, but is America great again at this point? Well, was it ever great? Maybe for me to know if America is great again, I need somebody to give me a snapshot in time when America was great. Then we gotta compare today to that time when it was great and see if today looks like that time. And I'm telling you right now, America needs something new. The system needs to be uprooted, if you will. For a long time, I've just been going through life and just observing, seeing how things happen on a, political, a higher level, and how it trickles down and affects us as the people. And I've been realizing that most of us, we just kind of just buy whatever mainstream media tells us, and we don't do our own homework, we don't do our own research, comparing multiple sources. We just kind of let the powers that be do all the thinking and talking and narrating for us, and then we don't realize we come to a point where our thoughts aren't even our thoughts, our emotions aren't even our emotions. It was all narrated and decided for us by a mainstream media entity. Now, there are some things with mainstream media that I think is helpful when it comes to informing the people, and then there's a lot of information that I feel like may not be the truth, but because it's a credible source, right? Because it's a credible source, it's automatically bought at face value. And I think that could be detrimental for society and for people, because we don't realize how much power these tech companies and technology is gaining. We don't realize how much government paired with the technology companies coming together, people in political and powerful positions coming together with tech companies, how this can be hurtful to us as a people. And when I look at a lot of politicians and stuff, a lot of the gripes of the common everyday person that we have to deal with as people, they may not necessarily have to deal with because they have connections, they're powerful and they're influential. So how much of, like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean, right? As of recently, not recently, I'll say within the last 2 years, we've been getting so much speeding cameras put up in New York, right? In certain areas, there's a lot of speeding cameras. You don't even really have to be going that fast, and it's gonna snap you and send you a $50 ticket. How do I know? Because I get them like left and right, the $50 tickets. I don't really be speeding. I may be going 35 or something, but it'll snap once you go over a certain speed. Now, yes, that is a form of technology, right? That is a form of technology, which is there. I think it's a form of a possibility of how much more evil technology can become. Because imagine for a second, there's no cop there, no cop doing his job there, catching you speeding. There's no, kids in the road at play, there's no kids in the street, and you're going miles per hour, maybe 5 miles per hour or 10 miles per hour over the speed limit or something like that. But yet there's this big ass camera technology that snaps you and sends you over a charge to make more money, right? So now the city makes more money. People who work city jobs, they get money, and it trickles up to higher places, whatever, because after a while of people running the camera, that thing is making a whole lot of money every single day. You can only imagine how much money that piece of technology. So imagine that, for example, right? We have that piece of technology that's able to just take a snapshot of us. No human job being done. It's just an actual robot, and we get charged a fee. So when I look at the world and I look at things, I see a lot of things being put in place that's continually sucking the people dry, while the people at the top and the people in these political positions lay back like big fat happy campers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm the only one that sees this, but what I'm seeing more than ever before, is a bunch of people seeing the transitions in America right now, right? We're at a crossroads right now, if you will. And I feel like we don't understand how sophisticated the technology really is that we're dealing with today. I think we're behind on what they really have access to and the resources that these people have. We don't realize that they're far more smarter than we are, more clever. They have more money, more resources, more power. So continually listening to them, just listening to what they're telling you, is gonna keep you playing into their hand. So I'm gonna give you another example of what I mean, right? Biden just won the election, right? Now, of course, all the Democrats, they want Biden to win. They're extremely happy about that. Whether or not Biden won, I'm honestly indifferent to it, to be honest with you. But now there's been talks of fraud being done in the voting, right? In this presidential election that just passed. They're saying that the votes were rigged, Democrats cheated, and something happened with the mail-in ballots where the numbers aren't accurate and stuff like that. So we have that, right? We have technology now where people don't necessarily have to go in person to vote, which is fine, cool. But then, so Democrats, they don't care. They're like, rah, they're happy. They don't mind cheating if it's one of their candidates. But we're not thinking long term. We're being ignorant. We're not thinking long term of how deceiving the votes and stuff like that can potentially hurt us as a people. So then Nancy Pelosi comes on Fox News, and Nancy Pelosi says that they basically have to do a recount in California or whatever with the votes because there's been some type of fraud going on where the computers was glitching, and the computers are not supposed to glitch at all. And then they had to reorganize some counts, and then within that time when the counts were reorganized, something happened where Trump wasn't getting any votes in, and then all of these votes for Biden started coming in. Right now, my thing is this: it's okay to feel like, I want my Democratic president to win. I want Joe Biden to win. It's okay. That's perfectly fine to be in support of a president. But it's not okay to not question certain things that you see happening. For example, the votes being rigged by mail-in ballots or something like that, right? So at some point you got to ask the question, damn, is that good? If the vote can be swayed or manipulated in any type of way, then are the people really getting what they're deciding on? And that's for you to think about and for you to really, really ponder on. But really and truly, I'm saying all of this to say that not everything that someone is trying to sell to you, you have to just take at face value. You can do your own research. You see me on YouTube for years, promote a product. You see me transition from promoting other people's products to promoting my own products. A lot of that reason was because I couldn't depend on other people's products. I couldn't rely on other people's products and those people doing the right thing. So when I would bring a new customer onto the business who uses the product, now they're unhappy with something having to do with the product and the business, but guess what? They're gonna blame me. So I took out the aspect of needing a middleman to make money. Now, when it comes to mainstream media, what people don't realize is that a lot of the people who own the media companies are Democratic people. There are people who have certain interests, vested interests at hand, that where if certain people win the presidency, what they want to do can continue to unroll and play out as planned, right? Or the agenda, if you will, right? And left wing, right wing, same bird, right? Left wing, right wing, same bird. So all of this is going on. We're bickering back and forth as a people. To me, I think we should unify. I think we should come together, organize in business and strategize. And I think we should also speak a message that really, really helps people to know the truth, get closer to the truth. Now, do I know exactly what the truth is? No, but I think I'm closer to it than the average person. You want to know what's going to happen in the future? Go back further in past. Go back further in past. Look at organizations. Look at all of them. Police department, the FBI, where they originated from, how they've evolved, how they've grown, how they've changed. Look up society. How has society evolved? How has it changed? Look up the different presidencies, the presidents, see what their fight was, their message was, and see how the people and how government reacted to them. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, I'm not here to get too much caught up into Democrat versus Republic or anything like that, right? If you're a Democrat, cool. If you're a Republican, cool. I'm neither, right? But what I do know is that the people deserve to know the truth. I do know that the people deserve to know the truth. And I also know that what we see going on, what media shows us, the mainstream media shows us, there's more to it. There's more to it. So then that's what leads people on a quest, right? You start doing your research, you start digging up things, information, you start comparing articles and sources. Of course, given that those sources are pretty credible or pretty like a primary source. You know, but what I'm trying to say is that what if it's true? What if the Democratic Party really, really manipulated or cheated with the votes? Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing? What if it's true? What if it's true? What if it's true? Now, personally, when it comes to now when you say things like this, now everything I'm saying in this video, remind you, is an objective thing, right? Nancy Pelosi really said that about the votes. There really is mail-in ballots this time in the election, I guess, due to COVID. But at the end of the day, everything I'm saying is objective. Somebody watching this video, this is what a Democrat will do. They would say, oh, he's a Trump supporter because he's questioning what's going on, the things that are benefiting Biden. Yes, of course I'm going to question. I'm always going to question the system because I know at the end of the day that we as the people, our emotions and our energies gets toyed with, and we end up getting the shitty end of the stick. And we do this over and over and over again and not realizing that we're giving the government, we're giving them more and more and more and more power to the point where slowly but surely your rights as a person is being stripped away and you don't even realize it. We can take 9/11 for example, right? 9/11, a lot of people speculate that that was an inside job. A lot of people speculate that, you know, it was an insurance thing going on while that happened with the Twin Towers. But after that event in 9/11, it's not about 9/11, the domino effect that happened after that. Increased security, the war on terror, you know, just everything is just like, everything's about security. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And also, we go into, you know, the Middle East. We start fighting because we have to protect our country from terrorism, right? And that becomes the sentiment. How do you know for sure that's exactly what it is? That's really the justification for it. How do you know? How do you really know? When you watch the videos, I'm not even gonna talk about the videos. Watch the videos of 9/11 and what happened to yourself, and you can dig it. A lot of conspiracy theorists have spoken about that and what they believe. Like, I mean, it's clear that that's an inside job. I mean, you gotta be, you can't have a brain if you think that that's not some inside stuff going on. But The time to come together is now. The time to stop being hoodwinked and tricked is now. The time to stop believing in entities so much, putting so much belief into entities outside of yourself is now. The time to invest into yourself is now. Because I'm telling you right now, only God can save us. What's coming, only God can save us. None of us are prepared for what's coming. But what I can say is that if the people just continue to follow what media says as a whole, without really doing their own due diligence, their own research, their own seeking, their own sifting, well then you've already lost the battle, because you're more like a robot or a zombie than a human being with a brain. You know, and that doesn't mean that you have to be skeptical with everything or question everything. I'm one of the least skeptical guys out there. You bring a business opportunity, something going on, and I see how people can make money or how people can succeed, you know I'm investing right away, no questions asked. That's been my track record. But when it comes to society, I see things there too, and there's certain things that I question. I just question it, you know? Because I hear one thing being preached, but I see a whole different thing happening in life. I see a whole different thing happening in life. And I see politicians who said one thing in the past, and today they're spewing a whole different message. And that doesn't mean that people can't change. That doesn't mean that people can't improve and become better people. But after a while, you start to say, is this person really about what they say they're about? Are they really about fighting for the cause of the change for people that we need? What is it really about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it really about? For example, I'll give you another example before I end this video. This is the last example of something that we need to question. Is America great again? Is it great again? Like I said from the beginning of the video, I think the system needs to be uprooted. We need more advanced systems. We need something better, something more for the people. I think the people are ready for something better, something more beneficial and valuable to us. And I think we're tired of being toyed with our emotions and stuff like that. But one last thing before I go and cut off this video. So, COVID, right? Coronavirus. Now look at this. This is going to be a war. It's basically like a war against coronavirus, right? So they're doing all of this stuff. You're putting a face mask on, you know, the social distancing. That's the whole entire world's focus, because the media made that the forefront of everything, right? The media made coronavirus, COVID, the forefront of everything. So cool. We take our protective measures. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. But remind you, people are going so crazy. So far, I think 230,000 people died of coronavirus. 230,000 people died of coronavirus in the last, I guess, 7 months or 5-6 months, however long it's been really here. 230,000 people, right? So now the whole world is a war on COVID. But just think about this. Every single year, over 600,000 people die from cancer alone. Why haven't we had the war on cancer yet? Why we can't put the preventative measures in place and make it public knowledge and common knowledge, not just public, but common knowledge of how to prevent cancer, the herbs we need to take, things like that. You got a war on COVID, it killed 230,000 people. All right, cool, I understand that. But we got something else killing 600,000 plus people every year. Why is that not of ultimate focus? Why are you trying to play me and trick me into believing that certain things are more important than other things when it's really, really not? Because usually when it's marketed like that, there's something behind it, more to it than just that. You get what I'm saying? Now, we don't know. We don't have a clue how the hell this coronavirus thing came about. We don't even have a clue of that. But all we know is it's here now. We got to take our measures. But realize something for a second. Why do we have a war on COVID and not a war against cancer? Or a war against heart disease? Or a war against anything else that is killing more people every single year? That's a health situation. And then the next question is, you start to ask yourself, well, damn, are these people really trying to help us? Or are they acting like they're trying to help us while taking away our rights? And then you'll have a great, big, massive amount of people protecting this bullshit. Saying, yeah, don't go to work. You know, COVID is out. Stay home. Can't fucking stop somebody from working. That's their right to work. Can't say don't go to work. It's their right to work. It's actually your right to even breathe. You shouldn't even tell somebody that they have to put on a face mask. You shouldn't. Imagine that. The air is it's clean air. I need to be able to breathe. I gotta be able to inhale, exhale big breaths. And here you are telling me to cover my nose and my mouth. Cool, I follow it, law-abiding citizen, right? But it's time we start questioning more things. You're gonna be skeptical about everything, but just use common sense. Common sense for me looks like this. Yo, this is one thing. This how many people are dying from it every single year. Way more people than this amount of people. Damn, I think we need to focus on that. We need to focus on that. Why are we giving this to why are we giving the people this to focus on? We know damn well that this is a much bigger problem. 600,000 plus people die a year with cancer. We haven't had a war on it yet. I think it's interesting. But other than that, you know, I wish you all the best. Prosperity and abundance, enjoying this life. But I want you to realize something though. Can't make everybody happy. Can't make everybody happy in life. You know, no matter how much we try, we can't make everybody happy. You're making this group happy, you're making this group mad. You're making that group happy, you're making this group mad. So, you're kind of damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But it's always a better feeling when you know. When you can look at something, take a piece of information, you'd be like, all right, cool, I appreciate this piece of information, but let me do some homework on it to see if this piece of information that you're trying to narrate to me is really what it is. Or is there a spin on it? Is there a twist on it? And I think if more people just started to do something as simple as that, we could start to realize that, okay, people, we're being used for our energy. And it's bigger than just racism. It's bigger than racism. Sure, racism is very real. Systematic oppression is very real, and it's very much so there. But my first question is, why is it there? And do the people who claim as if they're trying to eradicate it, are they really trying to eradicate it? That's the question to ask yourself. Why is it still here? If it's such a bad thing, if nobody can understand racism, why is it still an issue? Why are we still fighting about it? You gotta know that because somebody in some type of position wants it to stay in place. It's taught, it's not learned. It's taught, it's not learned. Just like how to market online and make your own income as your own boss is taught, it's not learned. I mean, well, it's taught, it's not just like instinctual is what I mean, right? It's taught, it's not instinctual. So, is America great again? I don't think so. I believe some great things are coming, and I believe that some bad things are coming. I believe that there are doors opening up and there are doors closing. But is it great again? Well, no, because I need to know when it was great in the past, so I have something to compare it to. This is Jonathan Belcher. I'm gonna see you later in the next video. Peace.